welcome back. And today we show a lot of Tommy Robinson love. Run into some guys from Canada that very hip to Tommy, and got some people from the UK that are InfoWars listeners and very much support Tommy. And the last two guys at the end are kind of like marginal. You know, they like some of the things Tommy has to say, but I'm not so sure about the interpretations that are let out about it. But anyway, it's a good one, showing that, you know, Tommy's out there, he's universal, his message is strong, and he's not giving up. Neither are we. So support him and support me. Get yourself a Tommy Robinson t-shirt design that you see I have up. And, you know, show your love. Like it, share it if you care. Subscribe if you haven't already. And subscribe again if you have, because, you know, they do knock them off. Same old story. And what we'll do is we'll get right to this one. So here we go, one for Tommy.
Good point.
So you hit the Tommy? How you hit the Tommy? What do you?
Yeah. Oh no, I love Tommy Robinson. Up in so we're from Canada. And we have a channel called The Rebel, and it's all very like how do you put it, like alternative right wing. And that's how I found out about Tommy Robinson. No, it's interesting stuff, man.
Good deal, yeah.
I've seen that one plenty. That's the problem though, you know, in Canada everybody's very.
You got Trudeau up there.
Oh my God.
You know,
we can't stand him. Our one buddy loves him.
Yeah.
Don't know why. Don't know why we're friends with him anymore. But anyway, it's good seeing you.
All right, brother, man.
Says as well.
Yeah, we do.
Wonderful. Yeah, it's obviously I was going to ask you about him. Oh well, I mean, he's brethren. I mean, I'm out on the street. He goes out on the street. And I mean, if you're a patriot, I mean, if you're anybody who's paying attention to politics, I mean, Tommy Robinson, obviously, his name's going to pop up.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, extremely important. I mean, last I heard, I don't know if it's true or not, maybe you know, that he lost the court case he was fighting just recently.
Well, what is done? What's actually happened? He lost the right to appeal, and what's happened now? He's going to go to court now for his original. Because the only reason he's going to court is because he said something he shouldn't have done, because something was already in court. In other words, what he said about Muslim paedophiles,
right?
The government didn't like it. Yeah. It was true.
Too bad.
Exactly.
Speak the truth.
That's all it was about.
Absolutely.
Because he spoke out when he shouldn't have done. They put him in prison.
When he shouldn't have? Who determines when you should and shouldn't speak out?
That's the government for you. That's the government for you. But in London, the actual hoo-ha that there was there and all the protesting, they never once mentioned it on the news.
Right. Where do you live in England? What part?
Right in the middle.
Where?
Right in the middle, in the Midlands.
Right in the middle?
Right in the centre.
Are you also having the effect of the immigration there?
Yes.
Where we are, it's not too bad
where we are.
But the UK is a small.
Yeah.
The UK is not even as big as Texas.
You're right.
You know, so consequently, you feel it everywhere.
Exactly.
But I don't know if you knew this. This is something for you. In Sweden, it's 1 out of every 3, is it?
1 of every 3.
1 of every 3 women have been raped or sexually assaulted by immigrants. And 20 years ago, there was no immigrants.
They stopped Tommy from coming over here and speaking to our Congress.
Yeah, yes.
I mean, I'm seeing the effect of their censorship is sort of like backfiring. Even people that really might not agree with Tommy agree with the fact that he does have a right to speak.
Of course he does, but he's being silenced.
Yes,
Absolutely.
That's why I say even these people now are starting to go, well, maybe I should listen to him.
And this is what's happening. Because they've done that to him. People go, why, what's he saying? So then they're starting to get interested in what
They
he's
never
saying.
learn, do they?
So it's backfired on you.
Yeah, that's it.
So how did you're standing here doing this? How do your fellow Americans feel about it? Do they all agree with you? Half and half?
Oh no! Overwhelmingly, I get positive reactions.
that's wonderful.
Overwhelmingly.
That's wonderful.
And the few that have contention that would speak up to me. I mean, I don't know how many people walk by might not disagree, don't say anything, but the ones that have contention speak up, they don't stand a chance. Because they really don't have any. I mean, how do you defend censoring someone? How do you defend that?
It's to say, I listened to Alex Jones.
Yes.
He's been absolutely took off.
Yes.
You know, so
We can only listen to him in the UK now on his app.
on his app.
Yes.
Banned him off
So
the
I know.
I get the app and I listen
Again,
to that.
And that's not right. You shouldn't be doing
No.
things.
well, again, it's that effect. What does he have to say? Anytime they try to silence someone, that people gravitate.
That's it, yeah.
But he-
See, in England, we've got. Have you been to the UK?
No.
But if you ever go to the UK, to London, we've got a place called Hyde Park. It's a big park. And in that Hyde Park, in the corner, there's a place called Speaker's Corner. You can say what you want. Yeah. So all the left-wing people and the Muslims, they all go there and say what they want. And if you turn up, or Tommy Robbins turn up,
That's
straight
it.
away
You're
they'll
arrested
move you
and
on.
take you away.
Because you're causing trouble. They think you're causing trouble.
Oh yeah.
Well, you're not. You're saying the same as they are. Well, your opinion, not their opinion. Your opinion is your
Have you
opinion.
heard of anybody called David Icke?
For sure.
Yeah.
No, I'm steeped in all of this.
Yes, so am I.
I've appeared on Infowars a few times.
Have you really?
Yeah.
See, we watch that all. We used to watch that all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
What's
Because
it?
I mean, if you go to the back of the get out of jail free card from Hillary Clinton, I have a YouTube channel. It's from the
You do?
conversations I have out here.
Excellent. I will be watching that.
Yeah, and indeed, and every time I post a video on Tommy Robinson, I get the hits go boom, boom.
Oh,
I would guess probably at least a fifth of my followers are from the UK.
Oh, brilliant.
Wonderful.
Yeah, because
A couple of years ago, when your elections were going on, it was time for us to go to bed. So we love Trump. We think Trump's great. So I went to bed and we said, it won't happen. I hope it does. Woke up in the morning, first thing come on the news, Trump
saying we're out.
I believe
Wow.
it. We did exactly
Maybe.
the same thing with Brexit. Went to
Yes.
bed, woke up in the morning, Brexit. It was like, wow, now look what's happening. They're trying everything not
Every
to go
which
through.
I know.
They're trying everything.
The hell with the people's voice, huh?
Exactly. They've all got the fingers in the till.
Oh, sure.
This is what's happening. That's why they don't want to leave.
Well, we know what's going on. I mean, you guys are listeners. You're involved. It's globalization. They want to go ahead and bring down Western civilization, come in with their one world government, and that's what they're trying to do. But the people are waking up. I mean, the fact that we do have the internet now, the fact that, that's why they're trying to corral it, and silence what we can always do, what we can do. Oh, I was Paul Joseph Watson.
Oh, yes.
I was listening to the other day. Told me they just passed a law in England banning hate speech on the internet.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
You can't say anything. Absolutely nothing nowadays.
What do you think? I mean, because I speak to enough English patriots.
The trouble, I'll tell you what the trouble is.
I just think they want to cause that much trouble, that much
The British people are too polite to cause any trouble. So, for instance, really, after
Okay, ask you a question. The sign behind you, I don't get it at all. 2 planes, 3 buildings, do the math?
Yes.
What's it supposed to mean?
There were 3 buildings that fell in New York City in 9/11.
Yes?
The third building was called the Solomon Building, or WTC-7.
Yeah.
From where we're standing to the other side of the French Market from the Twin Towers, 47 stories tall.
I think part of the, there were survivors in that building. Part of that building fell on it.
No,
it
again,
crashed in.
it's impossible. From where we're standing to the other side of the French Market, there were buildings in between here and there that didn't collapse. This building did this in 6 seconds. Perfect controlled demolition.
Oh, so you're saying that somebody planted bombs in it?
Right now, there's a court case going through in New York where lawyers have presented the evidence that that building came down by a controlled demolition.
Okay. I just didn't get it. That said 2 planes, 3 buildings, do the math. I don't understand.
Yeah. Well, I think that's why I made that, so people come up and ask that question.
I'm sure you get it a lot.
Check out that information on that flyer. Go to the bottom, the website, Architects and Engineers from 9/11 Truth, and you will see the evidence.
All right. Thank you.
You're quite welcome.
Just going back quickly to what I said. In England, we've got all this Brexit business going on. And it's took 3 years so far. We're still not gone.
I know.
If that was in the US, I'm sure there would be riots. There'd be uproar. It doesn't happen in
Yes and no.
It doesn't happen.
Yes and
We
no.
all go,
I mean, we're talking about something here with
Yes,
this
we've
that
read-
we're
we've read
going on
about
17,
this. We
18 years, and you don't see riots looking for the truth on this
They're
either.
not. They're not.
I know, I understand.
You understand? They beat us down. They beat, like, I heard, the people in the surveys that were asking people in England about Brexit. People were just kind of throwing their hands up and just get it. Do it. Just get it. We're tired of hearing about it. And that's what they do. They just keep on beating us down to the point where we just throw our hands up and go, enough is enough. But there comes a point, there's going to break a breaking point. There's never, they can't go on forever. Eventually the center can't hold. And eventually, that there's going to come a point they're going to push even the polite Brits too far.
Well, look what's happening in France and Paris.
The yellow vest will start erupting in England.
3 months that's been going on. 3 months.
Yes.
Every weekend.
Yeah.
For 3
And they're erupting in different places all over Europe
You see,
now.
it's this as well.
Yes.
That is frightening what's going on there.
Yes, and look what happened there. Like here, when they came out with the infanticide, they said, "Oh yeah, let's have the baby." The parents will decide if they want to kill it or not. That's pushing people. I'm talking to liberals, and they're saying that's a bridge too far.
But it's happening.
Yes.
People don't want to know.
Yeah. But being that the liberals are pushing it now, it's coming out in the open. They're uncloaking. It's waking a lot of people up, so there is a pushback. I mean, look, you did get Brexit against all odds. We got Trump in against all odds.
Yeah.
Even with the entire media against us, even with the forces of the government against us, we're still here. And we're still making headway. So, it's a tough battle. No one had said it'd ever be easy.
I've only just noticed that it says lie. I've only just noticed that.
Yeah.
You always said that, yeah. They're the worst.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah. I mean, look at Tommy Robinson. He will not give up.
No, he won't.
He just, I don't know if you caught him the last time he was on Alex Jones. It was about a week ago, 10 days ago. And Alex cautioned him. He said, Tommy, they're coming in, and maybe you ought to lay low, to pull back for it.
He won't do that.
Tommy goes, I don't know how to do that.
He doesn't. He doesn't.
I'm just nerd,
Good for him.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Oh, yeah.
He's helping
anybody that's slightly to the right, anybody is a racist now.
Yeah.
There's none. Wherever you go in the US, wherever you go, you've got the US flag. Wherever you go. If we fly, not the Union Jack, but the English flag, which is white with a red cross, if anybody flies that, St George's Cross, if anybody flies that, they automatically say you're a crusader, you're trouble, and you're a racist. So nobody flies it.
But
for that reason.
Again, it's just like when they start calling everything racist, then nothing's racist.
No, that's right.
It loses
it's a card,
meaning.
isn't it? They just
Right.
dish out,
Which is something they're doing wrong for themselves. But I'm thinking about this now. If this was in England, if I was standing there now in a Union Jack with all that, what do you think?
You would have been arrested.
I think I'd be moved along.
No, you
Sorry,
would have been
sir, move
arrested.
along.
So you don't have the First Amendment, we do.
Well, it's not.
Well, we should.
We've got the right to speak. We've got every right to free speech, all that. But something like this, I just think they're just telling you to go away.
Yeah.
And if you're causing it, what would happen within about 20 minutes, you'd be surrounded by Muslims and left-wing people calling it racist. Consequently, you're causing trouble. So those, you stay where you are, you move on.
That's why I got the cameras on.
That's the best. Well,
Good for you.
If they want to come up and argue with me, I'm right
honestly,
here.
it's great what you're doing.
You take care.
I really
Well,
enjoy
Thank
lovely
you.
to meet
Thank
you.
you very much.
I hope-
It's nice to meet fellow patriots from across the pond.
So we'll go on your YouTube site then, yeah?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I'll post everything positive about
Can I
Tommy
get a picture with
Robinson.
you?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right. God bless you guys. Commentator.
All right, okay.
So I bring my work out to the street,
Yeah.
attract people, and get their opinions on what's going on.
Oh, I see.
Are you all from England?
No, I'm from the United States. They just visit.
Okay. And you're from the UK or from here?
I'm from the UK. Yes.
You're familiar with Tommy Robinson?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, what are your views on Tommy Robinson?
You wanted me to be honest?
I always want people to be honest.
I think some of what he says touches a note. I think perhaps the way he says it and the way some of his supporters interpret what he says is not good.
Pretty fair. Yourself?
Same as. What do you think?
Well, I think, like you, a lot of what he says is on point. What you said is the interpretation, or maybe how he says it. That is up to conjecture too. But obviously, a lot of what he says runs against the grain of what the establishment wouldn't like you to say.
Yeah.
Anytime you get out here and start talking the truth, it's sort of like the old adage, stand up for what you believe, but be prepared to be shot down. Well, he's standing up for the UK, what he believes. The powers that be don't particularly seem to like that. They're going to make things up on him. So how they portray him through the media is going to taint people's opinions of him.
Yeah, I see that.
I mean, from what I understand, I just read today, I think he got convicted of the trial he was going through. So they're going to keep on trying to silence him because they're going to try to silence anybody that they can't control.
So what is it he says that they want to silence?
Well, I think that he says things about what's happening to your country through the influx of the sudden immigration that's coming in and how it's affecting your society that they don't like. There are things that the powers that be are doing that they don't want the people to be made aware of, and one of them is to destroy Western civilization by bringing in outside influences.
Talk about the Islamic influence.
Absolutely. I mean, as a whole, I mean, when you take an individual, if you take, I mean, all countries have immigrants, the people are going to come and go. But if you have a sudden influx of people and they don't assimilate into your society but take it over, that's an invasion. That's having your culture and your country taken over. I think that's what Robbins is trying to say. These people are coming in. They're not becoming Englanders. They're projecting their beliefs. They're taking their beliefs from their country and then overtaking yours.
Well, I think there's some truth in that, but I think that we've got to be mindful that the second and third generation British people who are now following Islam and are following traditional Islam, and they've got to be allowed to follow the faith they like, because of course Islam is about interpretation.
Yeah, but then there was, what version of Islam are we talking about? If we're talking about moderate Islam, okay, fine. If we're talking about Sharia law, No, because there is no separation between the religion and politics in Sharia law. It takes over. So your law becomes null and void. Sharia law takes over. All of a sudden, you can't drink alcohol.
But we have elements of Sharia law now.
I know that.
Around domestic assaults and so forth in the home, in the predominantly Islamic areas of the UK, they will default to Sharia courts. Has no legal standing in the UK.
But when will it? I mean, as they keep on taking over. I mean, London is no more English now than, I mean, it's a whole, Londonstan is what it is. You get outside of London and there's still some semblance of, what Britain is. But how long is that going to last? Because Islam has a plan. I mean, they know what they're doing. They know they can outbreed you. So it's only a matter of time before they start expanding. They're doing it here. They're going to communities and taking them over. How do we get this idiot the idiot Muslims we have in our Congress right now? They go into an area, they take that area over. And the thing about them is they all vote. It isn't just a small percentage of them. So a small percentage of them come in and then take over a district, and then take over a state, because they all participate in the electoral process and take advantage of the freedoms we have to then enact their dominant religion.
If they're moderates, it's good to hear their view, isn't it?
If they're moderates, but the moderates never prevail. It is always the extremists that will come in and take over.
But with him, for me, Nick Griffin was the one kind of before him, and there's been a big movement not to give him any press coverage in national debates and stuff. And I welcome it. I think he should be given a stage, because when he says outrageous things, and he does say outrageous things, he can get exposed as saying outrageous things. But the minute you suppress him, that creates an underworld, and that's where the danger is.
Well, then who becomes the tyrant? I mean, the censorship alone, right there. What you said is exactly true. If he's saying something that's outrageous, well, debate it.
Yeah.
Let's have it out in the air.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I mean, I'm not for silencing anybody, but any time. But now you had one politician in England that proposed to ban Tommy Robinson from going to public places.
Well, they were equating him to IRA Sinn Féin. They stifled IRA in the 80s, 70s and 80s. Didn't give them, they had a total media blackout on them.
Well, who was equating him to? Again, you got to listen to, like you say, you listen to him, make up your own mind if he is indeed expounding, radical or outrageous, concepts. But the idea that the government has to come in and censor you, or that shows the tyranny of the government, not of him.
But it serves no purpose burning mosques and burning synagogues. And
he's never expounded that. He's never ever expounded.
No. But he needs to. People with the views that he has needs to be stronger and more deliberate in what he's saying, so that the people who misinterpret what he says.
He's never responsible for those people misinterpreting what he says.
Well, no, he's never stamped down on them.
Oh, I've heard him say that. Okay. I've heard him say that, this violence is not the answer here. What we need to do is communicate. I've seen him go into the no-go zones and try to talk to the people and get his ass kicked for it.
Well, it's good to talk.
But that's what this is all about. Now you just answered the question. When you first came up and asked me what I'm doing out here, you just answered the question. It's good to talk.
Yeah, it's good to have a balanced argument. Anyhow, nice meeting you. Good luck.
Oh yeah, we'll all need that.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Oh, there you have it. A lot of Tommy love. And if you like it, you like it. Go ahead and get yourself a Tommy tea. Spread that love, will you? And if you can't contribute, I sure could use it. So until the next time, we'll see you on the streets. More coming.